You're finally on your coding journey in Scratch. You're learning about so many things like events, conditional statements, and loops, and you're finding that it definitely lends itself to working in STEM. But one thing I love about Scratch is the creativity involved, which leads us to STEAM. STEAM includes the arts. This tutorial is going to show you how to use some of the design aspects of Scratch, especially to create your own sprites, like this gem. First thing we need are a few sprites. So first we're going to search for one right from Scratch. We'll grab Ripley because he's got a couple costumes there. Then I'm going to upload my own, including my face. So I'm going to go up top to the upload. And then of course you have to find whatever file it is you've saved. There's my head. And let's upload Clanker here too. There we go. Now we have a couple. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into my sprite of the head there and go up to the left where it says costumes. From here, let's go convert it to a vector. This will allow you to move it around, but from here, I'm simply going to do a copy. So let's copy this image. And now when we go click on Ripley, there's all of Ripley's costumes, but we can just go simply to a paste here. And you can see you can just merge that right on there. Now, if that doesn't work for you, because the size of my head and the size of Ripley's head doesn't really work out that well, you can first go in and you can simply convert back to bitmap. And I'm going to grab the eraser tool here, and I'm simply going to get rid of Ripley's head. There we go. Let's go back to that vector. I'm going to copy this in now and paste in my original. There he is. And then I can, of course, resize. And there we go. We have a brand new character. Now, here's the cool thing. I'm going to do a right click. I'm going to duplicate this one right here. So I have two Ripleys here. Sometimes I like to make the face moving. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to convert it to bitmap again. I'm going to choose my paintbrush. And then I'm going to change the color. Let's go all the brightness down because basically I want it black. Let's zoom in a little bit. And I'm just going to paint a little mouth on here. So it looks like I have a big open mouth, so it looks like I'm talking. Because now, when I go back to my two different costumes, when I click back and forth, it looks like I'm talking. Let's move Clanker and this Fozbottom guy out of the way. So if you look at the screen, and I flip back and forth, it looks like they're actually talking. So if I actually want to code this, pretty simple. All you're going to want to do is have an event that's going to switch between the costumes. You can put that on repeat, but don't forget, because it happens so quickly, make sure you put a control of wait. I usually do 0.2 seconds. It seems to work pretty well. So I hit that space bar, it switches between those two costumes with the moving mouth. So one part I really like is I like changing how a costume looks that I upload myself. So let's look at Clanker here. I'm going to click on Clanker's sprite, go to his costume. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate him. I always like to save the original. So over here, we want to make sure we are on bitmap. So let's click on bitmap. Let's grab the arrow with the square. This is going to let you draw around Clanker just a certain part. So here I'm just going to click on his arm here and then let go. And look what happens. I can now change that one area. So if I want to make him waving, I can totally make him waving. So now when I switch between those two costumes, I have him waving up and down. And I can do that to any part of him. If for some strange reason I want to take his head, I could always take that and put him upside down just like that. So that's how you can manipulate some figures. You can add your own faces onto other sprites and make them talk.